All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. How's your day going? Welcome in, Clippy. Welcome, Goofy. Cryophobia. Hey, Marco, what's up? Welcome, Shadow. Chicken Gamer. Welcome on in. So we're going to be continuing on with the 3D modeling project from the last stream. I think we made decent progress at like a fundamental base last time, but we can go further. Welcome, obscure reference. Tell me some obscure references. All right. Love your FNAF VHS. Appreciate it. Let's get back into it. Look at this. This is what we left off with, which, first of all, let's maybe clean up some of these reference images. I don't want these just floating in space. Get that out of here. Get that out of here. This one we can keep just for a vibe, but I want to shrink it and move it. Same with these two. Just get them a little out of the way. Welcome, Tarnished Obsession, Kevin Jones.
Wow, it's me, the cryophobia. I'm yellow now. Delightful.
Hell yeah. Even the dono message was yellow. Appreciate the 10. Alright. We're gonna be making it a little spookier this time. Make it a little crazy. I think what I want to do... What do we want to start with first? Because we could do the body first for detail, or we could start with the head. Honestly, I think it's important that we get the head figured out first. Let's go with that. Go sculpting. Get that all sorted. Thought cryophobia was purple. Well, now they're yellow, right? Things change. Alright. Why am I not able to lock on? This is not where I want to focus. Okay, wait, hold on. Maybe if I do this... There we go, that does it. Please, I need a new Mackenzie's Learning Lodge video. You're amazing. I appreciate it. I'm working hard on it. Mostly building out logs and figuring out visual effects for the next video and stuff, but there will be a new video soon. Gonna be a smaller one before the bow video. Definitely important lore-wise, though. So, where did its ears goes? We got that on a little separate layer. As little flappies. We might merge them after the fact, but for now I want to get a face shape without them and see how I feel about it. What next are you going to turn red at $500 on stream? Yeah, I'd have to do more of the Doom Ultra Nightmare runs with hot sauce. Well, I've already beaten the first two, so you know. Wait, a small video? Smaller video. Big lore-wise, but shorter runtime-wise. Ooh. Give him a little mustache. Definitely don't want that, but that's nice. Okay. Maybe we can give him, like... Is there a way, actually... Purple monkey dishwasher, true. Maybe we could separate the head just to get what you like, a little bit of a deeper resolution on it.
Don't tease me with your suffering megla.
I mean, I still haven't done Doom the Dark Ages Ultra Nightmare, so there is that. I'm just saying, options are open. We can remerge it. Actually, do I have a backup of this? I'm gonna make a backup before I go any further with that. Put that backups, and then we'll decapitate it. Don't worry, it's a weird demon monster thing. It could probably survive it. Maybe, possibly. Who knows? But one would hope. Alright, cool. Give this, or I guess better option would just be select all of it. And then select edge loops. Maybe boundary, is that what it is? Yeah, there we go. Wonderful. Sounds nice, don't overwork yourself. Alright. I'm keeping good pace. You know, I did some work on the next Mackenzie video earlier today. And then once I got done with that, I just decided to play some poker night at the inventory. And that was fun. I lost so many hands yesterday when I first got it. But today I won at least 2. I lost 3, but you know, it's better than losing 10 at midnight. So, you know, we got the spirit of gambling going into this, is basically what I'm saying. Keeping in true with tradition. Okay, so did that do what I wanted it to do? Kind of, but I can iron out the kinks. That's Psychonauts music, you know it. One of the best games ever made. Aside from, I mean, I think if I had to pick top 3, I wish it was top 5. Top 5. If I had to pick top 5 in no particular order, Doom Eternal, Psychonauts, Outer Wilds, Disco Elysium. What would be my 5th? Probably Devil May Cry 5. Separate selection. All bangers. Okay, now if we remesh, that kinda helps. Alright, and now we can go high, super duper high resolution now. I think. Hopefully this doesn't break everything. Everybody pray. Okay. Oh, that might be a little too much. Hold on, let's undo that. We went from 40,000 faces to 2 million, so maybe that was a little bit too much pixel depth here. Let's zoom in and see what we're looking at. Maybe something like that. That's a little better. Outer Wilds mention, for real. One of the best games ever made. If you haven't played it, play it. You only get to play it once, and then never again in your lifetime. Like, do you know what TF2 is, bro? My brother? I got like... I have hundreds of hours. I played so much TF2 when I was younger. I was actually on a Highlander team for a little bit. So I'm a TF2, big TF2 guy. Alright, can we give it like skull dense a little bit? Well, not like skull dense, but you know, denture bits. You like Pizza Tower? Love Pizza Tower. Pizza Tower's a banger. So I'm trying to think what... I want to kind of make it more skull-like. I think right now it looks like just a regular, like, maybe slightly cartoony animal head. I want to give it some skull features. Maybe we need to sharpen up the rims of the eyes.
Whiskers for detecting its prey.
That's true. I was just thinking about that, actually. You could give it little whisker bumps. So I'll add some bumps, and then I'll come back and add whiskers later. Yeah. That works. And then we'll come back to that at a later point. Alright, let's try and sharpen up these eyes. We need more defined features. Right now it's a little too rubbery, a little too nebulous. Not concrete enough. Interesting. Alright, and then let's sink in the eye holes a bit. that far. We need to go more this way. Okay. Give him some cheekbones. Yeah, there we go. More like that. Alright, that already kind of enhances it. Maybe we should soften it just a little bit. Clone of Megalo with more evil injected in me. Eventually we will rejoin into one super modeler. Yeah. Eventually we will rejoin and create something better than DLSS 5, which admittedly low bar, but you know. Still, it's gonna happen. Okay. Yeah, I think we want with brow, for sure. Just need to make sure it kind of keeps it more sad looking than angry. So we gotta do a little more droopage. There we go. What character are you modeling right now? We're kind of going with an original interpretation of something called, I think, Antarctic Godzilla. Which, you can look into it if you want, but it's a very strange reported sighting of a cryptid. And there's not very much consistency between the reported versions of it, so it gives me a little bit of room to just kind of interpret it how I like. I like when they kind of have like a defined nose bridge, sort of. How I feel about that. I just need to like flatten it a bit at the top. Yeah, there we go. This nose needs to be more defined. That's the wrong way. Maybe we make it kind of like a bone nose. Megalo, why a small video before a big one in Mackenzie's? Like, I know it's about lore, but I hope it's not scary. It'll be a little spooky. Gonna be kind of more... What would be the word? I don't think abstract is the right word, but...
Looks uncanny. Like the thing from Tusk, the movie.
Appreciate the two. Dude, Tusk was such a good movie. It's one of those movies that's like... It's the perfect example, in my opinion, of... Like, I always... Ooh. That was accidental, but that's... I kind of like it. Hold on. If we refine that a bit. There's something there. I'm going to work on that. But yeah, Tusk was one of those movies that, to me, solidified, like, my personal idea that horror and comedy are two sides of the same coin. They really are, if you think about it for a bit. I remember I felt that way a bit too when I was watching Weapons. There's a lot of like funny moments in it, but also like genuinely scary moments. Like when the lady was walking to the car in that movie, that was freaky, but kind of goofy looking. And then it's like a little funny when she gets up to the car, and then when she opens up the door to it, that's like, okay, back to horror again, you know? Very thin line. Hi, how's your day going? Mine's going good, Julie. How's yours? Yeah, let's just cave this whole area in and we can build it out from there. Do a little pulling around. Form it how we like, kind of. Gonna draw a line here. It's very tonally dissonant music to what we're making right now.
He's just a baby.
Doing pretty good. Glad to hear it. What are you working on? We're working on some creepy demon thing. I said it earlier, but Arctic Godzilla, that's what we're basing it on. Stranger's Plate, I have no idea what that means. It looks like you're making something injured, like this thing is just deformed from living so long. I can imagine it looking different. Yeah, a good kind of idea is I'm thinking like Ancient Beast, kind of Dark Souls style, you know? Everything in that game that's older is just like kind of rotting away a bit, but still there. Let's bring it in a little bit. It needs to be more narrow. And then maybe the nose bridge needs to be more narrow too. Interesting. And I'm thinking for lips, once we get around to that, because I'm mostly leaving this area just kind of like this right now, I'm thinking once we get back to that, we can have like kind of flappy, shredded flesh around the mouth area. That's just kind of like, you know, not really jowls as much as like seaweedy kind of viscera. Never underestimate how much value you can get out of making black, like, unspecified goo around a nose, mouth, and eyes. Do that, and honestly, you're like 90% of the way there. Alright, let's do this. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Well, hold on. I gotta realign it. Put that in the center of the head, and then zoom out. And there we go. Now we're back to it. Imagine this thing looking like a normal seal before, but it's just really ugly from slamming its face into ice over and over. Yeah, it could be like irradiated, you know? It's got a healing factor that prevents it from dying, but not really repairing anything. At least that could be the vibe. Is a sharper nose bridge better? Kind of. And then maybe we like pull out. Yeah, we flare it. That's what it is. There we go. Alright, cool, cool, cool. Now let's draw like wrinkles and stuff. And go for kind of like the fish with a human face kind of thing. Love just adding random bumps for fun, seeing what it looks like. Maybe a little bit of what I just did there, actually. Maybe it's like it comes out that way. It's interesting. We definitely need to droop it down a bit more, though. There we go. Big fan of that. Maybe a little bit less droop. Alright, alright. Welcome, our kid. Looks really cool. Appreciate it. Everybody hitting the was up. It does kind of look like Ghostface a little bit, so honestly, I'll allow it. What's up, Goofy? Alright, let's fix this nose bridge just a little bit. Alright, once we get little dot eyes in there, that's gonna be when it looks nice and proper. Let's get some eyes up here. Scale that down. Bring that over. Mirror. And subdivide. Experience like 4. Okay. Mesh, transform. Oh, hell yeah. Song's a banger. Alright, bring these in, sink them in, maybe make them smaller. Alright, how's that look under lighting circumstances? Let's get a nice little light setup here so we can kind of get an idea of what we're gonna eventually be seeing. World, let's make that completely dark. Then add a spotlight, bring it forward. Interesting. Maybe brighten it up a bit. Alright, how do I feel about that? Maybe make it glow a little bit. Mission 1. Interesting.
Megla. Shipwreck Terminus stream, I beg. The demo is so peak.
Oh, is that the sequel to Shipwrecked? Is it out? I haven't wishlisted. I haven't been following it though. If that's out, honest to God, I'm playing that. Okay. So we need to kind of make them smaller. I think it's gonna really pop once we have materials. Appreciate the 5, by the way. Give that a little heart. Looks skinned. That's kind of what I'm going for. We'll come back to the eyes, but they'll be placeholders for now. Let's make them... Yeah, I'll come back to them. I can tell that I also sculpt, and sculpting creatures tends to be easy to do, as you can go crazy with the anatomy. Yeah, if you're making, like, monsters and stuff, you can kind of just go crazy with it, which I enjoy quite a bit. Alright, let's give it, like, wrinkles and stuff. I want it to look wrong in all the right ways. Let's bring down the resolution. Seen those crazy TF2 animations that are confusing, like El Toro 64 Russ? They're funny. Oh yeah, like the classic TF2 OG brain rot. I remember that. The good old days. Alright, let's see what happens if we do that a bit, and then just kind of smooth it out. I like that. I do want to make it a little more targeted, though. It's like, let's make it way more crazy around the eyes, for example. Bring it back in. Maybe a bit too much. I think I'll go back for a high-res pass after. Alright, draw a line. Nope, not that. This does add to it, though. I need to give it like weight. Maybe if I just do like random grab and just pull down. I don't think for the base sculpt we should do that, but we can definitely come back to it. By the way, using Retopoflow for topology. I think I have Retopoflow. Let me check. We got quad remesher. Maybe not. I might not have it. Because I remember there was one retopology tool that I got, and I tried to use it, and if I'm being honest, I just did not like the workflow for it. So I got rid of it, but That it might have. I don't think. I mean, I don't know if it was retopiflow or not, but. Oh, Exercise Quad Remesher. Yeah, that's honestly a godsend. I don't use it for everything, but if I just want like a quick project that I'm not gonna do too much with, that I'll just use Quad Remesher for. Okay, let's see. Probably just manually draw a couple more wrinkles and then... Yeah, that forehead lump does kind of mess with me a bit. There we go. That looks a little more natural. Okay, why is this not drawing that sharp? Is it because it's big? Yeah, that'll do it. Alright. And then we can come back for a finer detail pass, but I think that's the general shape that I want. So then let's just, for the profile, we'll bring this back a bit. And just kind of connect it. And then top side, we'll flare it out a little bit. Oh. There we go. Also, mind if I ask where you got those procedural materials, like the scraped metal one, or you made them? So I used a texture from... Was it Polygon? It was either Polygon or Polyhaven. There was like a procedural scrape, or not procedural, but a scraped metal texture for free. And I used that one to make a procedural scrape texture. But I think there's one for smudges and one for scrape metal. It was one of the first ones that I made. And I think the Blender Guru did a tutorial on it. So if you wanted to learn that one, it should be up on his channel. I need to make separate faces again. I never remember the shortcut to undo that. But you know, it's fine. I'll leave it. Mask by color. Edit face set. Oh. So I can just... Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I guess that'll do it. Hold on. He's no longer purple. I'm draining the blood from his face. And it's all gone. Boom. Why so purple? Yeah, I'm sorry. I had to drain all of it from him. He is no longer purple. Alright. The head reattachment surgery was successful. Let's go. Alright. I think we probably want more detail in the body now. Yeah. Alright, let's go for it. Not as lean. Yeah, I'm sorry. I had to confiscate all his lean. Alright, cool. Alright, that's working. So let's make it a little droopy around the body, maybe. Ooh. Uh-oh. Okay, that was maybe a little too freezy. That's an interesting selection that it made. What happens if I smooth that? How does that look? Honestly, not terrible. It's something. Kind of icy. I think I'd want to control it a little more than it is here, but it's interesting. Okay. You know, maybe... Hold on. we use the forbidden geometry nodes. I don't know what I'm doing here, so I'm just gonna be kind of riffing with it for a second, but we're gonna see how this turns out. Alright, new. Something about meshes. Mesh line, grid to mesh, extrude mesh, mesh, something, mesh to points. Displace, maybe? Displace geometry. Oh. He's turned into a tardigrade. Getting bored, bye-bye. Alright, see you later, Goofy. Let's do a vector. Possibly. No, normal. Yeah, okay, we want a vector. Vector! Well, okay. Offset vector. Okay, cool. And then... Isn't there like a split? Numbers? Or is that for colors? Enjoying this? Appreciate it, 22. I don't know geometry nodes. Alright, let's... There's something other than displace geometry. What is it? Geometry, read, sample, write. Operations. Transform geometry? Maybe that'll do it. Alright, translate Z. Okay, cool. Random value. No. Well, how do I do this? Does anybody who is a geometry node wizard in chat know what to do here? If not, I could just drop it and go back to my old ways. Translation. Vector. Vector math? You use a displace modifier and add a noise cloud procedural texture and see if it works. Alright, procedural modifier or procedural, or yeah, displace. Geometry. I'll try it with this first. Geometry. Whoa. Noise. Factor. Strength. Ooh. Interesting. Let's make the scale lower. And then make... non-geometry nodes like the normal displace modifier. Gotcha. I'm gonna see, honestly, if I can make this work first. Color ramp. That's what we want. Okay, so then take this, make it lower. Okay. I'm trying to do something that's like droopy, like on the Z-axis. But honestly, that already gives us a little bit of noise detail. So you know what? I might just take it. Let's make it like -1 instead of 1. Makes them a little more gaunt. Interesting. Okay, let's make it like 0.1. Isn't there like I can weight it to not be the face or something? There's something I can do that's like that, but honestly, I don't know. So we're gonna remove it. We're gonna go back to square one. Good lord. Can't speak. Not geometry nodes. Displace. Whoa. split the face from the sculpt temporarily, though. That's true. I did do that. I don't know why I didn't just do that again. Alright, back to geometry. Okay. Oh, that's nice. I didn't know that geometry nodes did that. That's kind of cool. What are the... Oh, it's just like artifacting. Okay. Separate selection. Get rid of that. And then all this, select, loops, boundary loop, fill. Alright, cool. So now how can we make this look? I like that. Nice and weird and bumpy. That's cool. We'll go with that. Alright, we'll do this. Apply. I said apply. There we go. And then join them back together. And then go back to sculpting. And then, oh, we got the face thing going on again. Control remesh. I'd imagine they'll remesh together. Oh, wait, I didn't. Oh, never mind. Doesn't matter. And I'll just smooth it out and then I'll add bumpiness manually to that. Remesh it again. Maybe even deflate. Does this deflate if I do that? Okay, it does. Alright, cool. And then add a little bit of random noise. Whoop. It's a bit much, but we can tone it down just a little bit. Wonderful. Beautiful. Also, I'm back. Welcome back, Captain Jones. Alright, and then I do the thing again. Alright, I'll just turn on my auto clicker. Why not? Watch it go. No more purple. I'm deleting purple guy from all FNAF lore. He's gone. Watch it go. I'm sure there's some kind of shortcut here to make this simpler, but I don't know it. And honestly, this is kind of satisfying to watch. So I'm gonna let it do its thing. Goodbye, purple. Wonderful color, but I don't need it on this model. Cute little trick for deleting the face sets. You can go to the top face set menu and click on visible. Interesting. So then this... Ooh. Auto masking. Face sets. Randomize colors. Extract face set. Expand. Face set from visible. Ah. Okay. Gotcha. I'll maybe remember that for next time. I can't guarantee I remember anything. But I might remember it. Alright. Back to sculpting. Let's give him a little bit of back muscles. That's not really what I wanted. Although, honestly, it kind of looked cooler. I like that. That's kind of cool. A little bit of deflate. Epic. It's got weird little artifacts, though, from deflating. Maybe pinch. There we go. Alright, cool. Ooh. That's definitely interesting looking. Alright, I think it might be time to merge the arms. Or let's sculpt the arms first. Subdivision, remesh, yes. And I won't apply mirror. I'll apply that after. Let's give it a little bit of wrinklies. This one, yes. Interesting. Hold on. There we go. Alright. Love the hands. Let's kind of hone them in a bit, though. Bring that in. Bring that in. Nice. Then palms kind of got like, so we go from the bottom. They're kind of like, nope, that's taking away. We want to add kind of like this and this a little bit. Then we can draw some lines, maybe. No, don't do that. We want to draw very subtle lines. There we go. Them's bony, weird looking palms. Well, I should probably deflate this a bit. Oh, didn't want to do that. Whoa, that was way too low resolution. This, there we go. Nice. Can do a little bit of hand detail now. Nice. I could maybe do one at like the base of the thumb. There we go. Wonderful. Got nice, weird looking little hands. I do want to kind of bring the bump up though. Kind of works. There we go. Like how hands sometimes tend to be a pain in the butt to model, but also think they're one of the coolest parts of the body. Yeah, they're almost kind of their own character, if you think about it. Very interesting to model. Okay, maybe we can add more to the fingers. Just kind of make it feel all sort of connected. And then I should have brushes for this. I definitely need more resolution though. Alright. Arms need more detail, the hands are fine. I think if we give a little bit of the knuckle wavies. We can probably move on from the hands for now. Oh, okay, this is definitely too high resolution. You know what? We can leave them. We can leave them. We'll go to the arms. Because I don't want it to be this high res right now. Undo, undo, undo. Okay, redo, redo. Leave it at that. Alright, arms. Let's see. We need, like, musculature, kind of. Let's do this. Interesting. Okay, kind of like that shape, but I don't like the execution on it. Layer. Whoa, that's weird. Use that to, like, take chunks out, maybe. That's interesting. Alright. Noted. Maybe we add layers. Like ogres and onions. Okay, that's too much layer. Bring the size down and the strength. Muscle up that way. Muscle down that way. I love pretending like I know how to do anatomy at all. Sculpt that a little. Interesting. Honestly, I might get more out of just like, what you call it? Subtracting than adding. Like, was the next episode of Mackenzie's Learning Lodge going to be about Bo's side or body part? It's... So the next major episode is going to be a Bo episode. The next, like, video that's going to come out that's going to be smaller is going to be kind of overall general lore important. If I describe it any other way, it would be kind of spoilery, but it's going to be neat. I'll say that much. Maybe we can actually bring out that wrinkle brush now for the elbow. There we go. Nice. Okay, that actually helps a lot. We need wrinkles. That's what we need. Simulation. Whoa. Wondrous. Okay, so smooth is way too strong right now. How do I bring this way down? Because I'm like adding all this detail and then essentially immediately removing it. Okay, remesh. Interesting. Wait, is the small video going to be a newspaper one? Nope. You have to keep guessing. I do feel like it's hopefully going to elucidate a lot of the bigger general questions that people have about the series. It's the goal anyway. I'm kind of struggling to figure out what details these arms would need. Honestly, I feel like less might be more with the arms. We just give them some kind of like, at least a little bit to work with. Whoa, that's weird. Just like a little bit to work with in the musculature department, and then kind of leave it at that. No, that's not what I wanted. Strength way down. Excited. Well, all I'll say is that I really love your series, and that you're amazing, bud. Take as much time as you need. Appreciate it. It's gonna be forest related? Nope. I mean, it's gonna be related to stuff that happened in the forest. But it's not a forest thing. Maybe underarm? Yeah, a little bit of underarm support. Yeah, honestly, I think I'll just leave the arms at that. We can merge them together and then add actual proper detail once we get to the remeshing part. Alright. And I'm gonna back everything up. Always make backups. Alright. Geometry nodes, none. Apply mirror. Join. Remesh. Under sculpting. Alright, let's try it now. Face set from visible. There we go. Love it. Appreciate it. So I'm technically right. Tangentially right. It's not going to be a core theme or whatever. I won't say too much more other than that, though. We'll just have to wait and see. Alright, how do we merge these more effectively? We blow that up a bit. There we go. That makes it look a lot more connected. Also kind of strong. Gives a little bit of force. Simulation. Let's noise that up. Tone that down just a bit. Ooh, it's kind of getting like a neat crackly sort of vibe down here. Kind of like that. Alright, nice. Cool. Alright, let's give it some like scarring or something. I got the brushes for it, might as well use them. Dragon brush, what is that gonna look like? Ooh. Maybe give him a little bit of scaly back detail. See how we feel about that. It is Antarctic Godzilla, so. See how we feel about it once it's all the way down the back, and we'll take a peek at it. That's interesting. I don't hate it. I hate waiting. Is the anticipation killing you? Just watched Mackenzie's in one sitting a few days ago. Keep up the good work. Appreciate it. Like, that looks like he's got fungus growth or something. Yeah, like it's a little gross and messed up looking. In a good way. Alright. I'm going to turn off symmetry just to kind of mess with it a bit. I'll remesh that so that it's all kind of kosher. Alright, cool. What is that? That's an interesting one. I want to turn the strength down a bit, but I do think it could look neat. There's like a little bit of spot damage. I mess with it heavily. What is this? He's kind of got like gross holes in his skin. That's nice. Love it. Gonna remesh that. It's like a dragon with its scales to me. Yeah, kind of like mutant dragony thing. That's the Godzilla part of the Antarctic Godzilla. Alright, that's where it's coming in. Also, am I free by any chance to play around with an idea of making Mackenzie's fan game in Unreal Engine 5? Go for it. My policy is pretty much anybody can make anything Mackenzie related. They just have to note that it's not official at like some part, whether that be like credits or an opening screen or whatever. And any links to the channel are appreciated. It's a nice little damage bit. I like that. Nice. It's looking good. It's starting to come together proper. Like it. All right. I might soften this up just a little bit. And then I'll blend it out as it gets further down the back. Wonderful. Alright, do we have any scrapes and scars and stuff that are more crackly? I could do. That's too low res for that. Give him a little nose. Wonderful. He has a nose horn now. He's like Nemesis. Here, I'm gonna give him the Nemesis nose. Watch this. Boom. There we go. Is this an improved design? I believe that it might be. Depressed Dragon Boy, for sure. Okay. Honestly, I like where this is at for now. We need to kind of scrape up and, you know, mess up this arm a bit, though. Ooh. We can do some serious damage on this one. Maybe not so much. Gonna decrease the strength a bit. How about this? No, that's too much. Alright. Some good growths. I think once we get the flappy bits going on around the mouth, that's really gonna pull it together. Hello, huge fan of Mackenzie's Learning Lodge. Appreciate it. Okay. Give that a quick save. I really like how the arms kind of look like they're almost plated on. Like they're not really meant to be there, but they are. It's a happy little accident, but I like it. Okay. Then let's actually, one last thing, let's draw in some like bone detail. A little bit of ribs. Oh, it's not mirroring. Hold on, I should probably mirror it. X-axis. Almost give it a Fiji mermaid vibe. Alright. Continue this one down to the center, this one down to the center. Maybe not all the way down to the center, but close. We'll somewhat smooth these out. Maybe not. Let's decrease the strength as I go further down. There we go. That looks better. I've seen Immortal Marcus's video on your series. He's a huge fan. Yeah, I saw that. That came out a while back, didn't it? I think I saw that one. Alright. I think it's time for retopology. How long have we been going, though? About an hour, okay. I think we can do some retopology. Yeah. Let's do it. Or maybe I could even just use a theme. Let's see what quad remeasure does, and if I don't like it, then I'll manually retopologize. I probably won't like it, because it doesn't do complicated stuff super well, but you know. For a character like this, I will take no more than 50,000 polygons. Adaptive size, 100%, remesh it. Yeah, like your model, and I have a task, if only for fun. I created a character called Ale the Alligator. He's a black jacket and symbol of a tire and a fire. On fire. The aim of or gray, have dark blue pants. Interesting. However, models take so long to do. Probably not for now. I return and I see the little guy is getting detailed. Good for them. Hell yeah, he's getting all the details. Okay, so how do I feel about this? Or, well, I didn't symmetrize it. That'll kind of weight my opinion of it. You know what? I'm gonna do it manually. It's not super complicated shape anyway, so it shouldn't be too much trouble. Morals, I found out about you, so pretty awesome work. Hell yeah, appreciate it. Plane. Bring that back. Rotate it a little bit. Alright. Let's see. I want to subdivide. After I mirror, turn on clipping. There we go. Actually, I want the other side. Shrink wrap. Above surface by 0.1 for now. Turn up the subdivision to like probably like 3. And then snap it. Alright. I believe I found Mackenzie's Learning Lodge from Baz. Been a while. Yeah. Been quite a hot minute. Hopefully I can do this loop in a way that I actually like. Let's do that. There we go. Oh yeah, the spines are going to be crazy to do actually. That's going to be annoying. You know what? I'm going to give it a try with symmetry turned on. And I can just edit whatever I don't like. Because honestly, it's going to save me so much time just to do that. X, 50,000 for remesh. How advanced are the Mackenzie's animatronics? Lila seems to be the most advanced of them all with how she behaves. Kind of makes sense why her body parts would be... Yeah, it's... They're all kind of different levels of advanced, but I'd say Lila and Wolfgang are probably the most. This did a pretty bang-up job. They're probably the most advanced. Just because they're more humanoid and move around more fluidly. I don't need it to move perfect. I just need it to move good enough. So let's go to this. How does this loop? Not quite how I'd want it. But I can cut it around here. Cool. Okay, and then just do the same thing. There we go. And delete. And you can manually work from there. Alright. Link. Nope, not what I wanted to do. Link. There we go. Or, yeah, linked. This other part kind of confirmed Gage is not related to the possession. Not really. Just proves that he's not malicious. Proves that he's a real one, that he's a homie. Loop tools, boundary loop. Is that what what is this? Oh. Okay, well let's just get rid of that. Hopefully that fixes it. Loop tools, boundary loop. There we go. Smooth. It's an interesting mouth. If it might be confidential, but will the Hell Fawn appear sometime soon, story-wise? Definitely gonna be more near the sort of final crescendo of the series. Okay. This. Alright. Extrude edges. Not what I wanted it to do. Medium point. Epic. Also, I don't know if you take viewer suggestions from models, but maybe the pink mess from Goose Creek Lagoon. Let me look up what that is. You have piqued my interest. What is it called? Pink mess from Goose Creek Lagoon. Oh, nice. It's like a Pokemon thing. Interesting. Might make something a little more cutesy at one point. But we'll see. Is the series going to end, and what will you do after? The series is going to end after the... I'm debating if I'm going to make Mackenzie and the Hellfonts episode just one episode, or if I'm going to give them both their own. Probably going to give them both their own. But I'm not sure yet. But it'll be one of those 2 points is when it's going to end. And then after that, I got all sorts of ideas for stuff, but I'm probably going to work on more short form content for a little bit. Or at least stuff that's easier to make, because I've been going crazy with the workload of Mackenzie's. CLX. I could probably make the... Yeah, I'm going to make the seaweed kelp mouth its own thing. So for now, I'll just scale this down. Smooth this out. And then let's figure out how to bring this back. This is easy, 0. Loop tools. Circle. Mayhaps. It inverted it, but that's okay. I can just easily fix that. All right, and then F3. Grid fill. Make it symmetrical. We got the middle bit down there. Is that symmetrical? That looks symmetrical. Yep. Alright, cool. Add a bunch of loop cuts here. Or no. We'll bevel this. Alright. You do a bunyip? Let me look up what a bunyip is. Bunyip. Ooh. That's interesting looking. Yeah, that could be fun. Look at that fellow. The bunyip. I'll have to read up on it. That kind of looks cool. I think Bo and Mackenzie could fight, and they might die, leading to the Winter Watchman escaping and having a final encounter with the Hellfawn. Interesting. I'd buy MLL merch. Appreciate it. I have to figure out how to make that on a reasonable scale at some point. Why does that... Oh no, is there like overlapping geometry? Hold on. Merge. Where's merge? Vertex. By distance. There we go. Let's select the one in the center. I'm gonna just guesstimate that that's the one in the center. Watch this, is gonna be perfect. Okay, well it wasn't perfect, but you know, I can fix it. Ba, 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 ba. All right. I'm gonna try and make the back as smooth as possible. I'm just gonna smooth it out a bunch of times. Do a couple times. That should be good. All right, cool. Real men cried when Wolfgang died for Richard. Yeah, he's a real one. He's ride or die. My other comment, please. Which one is it? Time to make my animatronic. I probably won't have time. I'm just gonna be honest. All right, this is looking good. Better wear elegant, dapper suits for Mackenzie's season 1 finale premiere. Yeah, everybody coming in all dressed up, ready to go for the Mechanical Moose horror story. Alright. And then if I add extra stuff to the mouth to kind of make it like kelpy, I can do that later on. I like where this is at right now, though. Alright. How long have we been going? Why is my keyboard currently Japanese? That makes no sense. Alright, I'm thinking we made good progress on this. It's about an hour and a half in. I think we could probably call it for now. Don't leave just yet, though. Because I figure it's been a long enough time since the last Mackenzie episode that I might as well try and do a little teaser or something. So let's see, can I pull up? I'm going to pull up my most recent 3D file related to Mackenzie's that I've been working on. There we go. It's definitely not done. So bear that in mind. But, oh, that's Discord. That's not what I wanted. Hold on. OBS. Alright. So this is a little render of one of the props that is going to be used in the next Mackenzie video. Alright, there we go. I'm going to put it up on screen right now. There you go. It's not done. I still need to do a little more 3D modeling, a little more texture work to make it look a little more proper, but this is definitely going to be popping up in the next video. So there you go. There's a little sneak peek. Appreciate you guys sticking around and waiting for the next video to come out. Yeah, it's been a wild couple months in between last video and the next one that's gonna be coming up. But I'm making good progress now. And we got a little skull here. There's gonna be a lot more in the next video, but this is gonna be showing up in it, so. Alright, that's about everything that I got. Can save that, close it. And there you go. Skull, what could this mean? Maybe a corpse. Interesting theory. Yeah, that's metal. Yeah, it's pretty metal, not gonna lie. Wait, that makes sense if it's about Bo. Interesting. I'll let y'all theorize about what that's gonna be about. Clip plus might be used in theory video. Yeah. Everybody, write this down now! But yeah. Okay, you created focus on the VHS game. Gotcha. Alright, other than that though, I'm gonna leave you with that. You can chew on that for a little while. Get to theorizing a little bit about what's gonna be happening next, what it might mean. And I will see you guys next Saturday, where we'll pick up where we left off with the cryptid modeling. Everyone soak the leak. Yeah, let it marinate in it. All right, think on it. And I'll see you guys next time. Appreciate you coming out. Fun stream. That's all I got. Peace.